Good morning or afternoon, whichever you are watching this video. I just wanted to quickly go over the next video in my series for the melodies we worked on in the previous video. So make sure you have watched the previous video where I went over the melodies and the rhythms that are going to be new. So they were pepperoni pizza, and then I call it the jar music rhythm. So make sure you know those two rhythms really well, because what we're doing in this video is actually going to be applying the pepperoni pizza, or as I like to say, Mississippi hot dog rhythm into Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And if we ever get back, that will actually be our concert. But if we don't end up getting back, I still want you to perform Twinkle Twinkle with our hot dog rhythm for somebody you know. So maybe it could be your family, your friends, maybe wait for a summer picnic and perform it. So there's going to be at some point where you are going to perform this, whether eventually we get back to school and we perform it for our school, or you perform it for somebody you know, but you want to practice this one because this is the one that you are going to perform. So taking a look at our rhythm on page 20, our first rhythm for number 66, if we refresh, was Mississippi hot dog, Mississippi hot dog, Mississippi hot dog, Mississippi hot. Rest. So that's our rhythm. And we are going to take the Mississippi hot dog part of it, and we're actually going to put it into Mozart's melody. So if you need to look at the music still, go ahead and turn back to page 15 in your book. And on page 15, it's number 43. We actually learned a pizzicato, but we're going to be doing it with our bow now and using the Mississippi hot dog rhythm. So if I play it as written, you actually have yourself a very beautiful melody there. Now we're going to take that, and what I like to say is kind of add a little twist on it. So we're going to play our own version of a Mozart's melody. And I kind of think of it as like a fiddle tune. The way I would play fiddle music would be to kind of add a little bit of spice into it, as I would say. So to make this Mozart medley more spicy, we're going to add the Mississippi hot dog rhythm into it. All right, so using that rhythm, looking at the first measure, it's going to be originally. And with our hot dog rhythm, it's going to sound like Mississippi hot dog, Mississippi hot dog. So we're going to use that rhythm to play through Mozart's melody. So what I would do if I were you, I would just practice the first line. So remember in class when I would play this to you from memory, and we would only play through the first line because I wanted you to memorize it. So once you have this memorized, that's when it would be a great time to start moving on to lines 2 and 3. Line 3 is just going to be repeating line 1. So line 2 is going to be the only one that has a little bit of different notes to it. So study really closely so that you have this memorized, and it'll be a lot easier to add this new rhythm in. All right, so from the beginning, I'm going to play it for you with the Mississippi hot dog rhythm. All right, always check my posture, check my bow grip, make sure my pinky is nice and curved. All right. And I did go ahead and add those breaths in from number 66, but you don't have to add the rest in if you want to just keep going on the whole Mississippi hot dog rhythm instead of changing it to Mississippi hot on the last measure of the line. So you can kind of play around with it and make it your own. Once you get really comfortable with it, then you can go ahead and try it a little faster. it's a fun one to play fast. Now, when you're speeding it up, it's really important that you look where my bow was. So if you're watching me play this, I'm not down by my frog anymore, which is where we usually start. So when we're playing these eighth notes, you're actually going to take your bow and you're going to move it to the middle of your bow, and that's where you're going to get your speed from and a little bit more control, because you don't want to be using your whole arm to move this bow. You want to be just moving from your wrist and your elbow. So that's what's going to be controlling all these faster eighth notes. So notice how much bow I'm using when I'm playing this. So if I would bracket off how much bow I was using probably about, if I back up so you can see, probably about that much bow, and I was about right here in my bow maybe. So I go to the middle, and then I was playing like a good 3 inches above the middle, maybe 4, maybe a little bit past the middle. So that's where you're going to get your speed from for this eighth notes or Mozart's melody. So now that you have the rhythm down and the melody down, I want you to go ahead and try it. And I'm going to actually work on trying to get some sort of video upload that you guys can have the option to actually upload yourself playing a Mozart's melody with a hot dog rhythm, so that way we can kind of see some of our peers playing this as well. So as usual, happy practicing, and I can't wait to hear some of these songs.